Yo, what's good, man? We back. It's the Don't Mind Me podcast. It's your boy Fresh Who here with my dog Bobby B. And today we got a special guest with us today, man.
You guys.
Miss K Samone. What's
Hampton's
up?
finest.
So wait, y'all got to tell me. I'm only pointing at this camera right
Yes,
here.
this is
Okay,
the
cool.
camera.
That's my camera. I'm not seen on that camera. Okay, I just want to make sure.
That's all yours.
All right, cool. Hey y'all.
Sure. Yeah. First off, how you doing? What's the word?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm actually really good.
Yeah.
I cannot complain.
Okay. Yeah, we was talking a little bit off camera about like your background, where you from, stuff like that. So just for the people who may not know, where you from, and what I'm saying.
So I am from Newport News, Virginia, by way of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So my mom's side of the family is in Virginia.
Okay.
My dad's side of the family is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'm the only child and grandchild on my dad's side.
Okay.
So I've been back and forth like all my life. I do believe at one point before school started, it was 6 months here, 6 months there kind of ordeal.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's it. So I represent two cities for sure.
Right.
So like how I love to explain it, you know how like Richmond is where you guys are from, right? I'm assuming.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So Richmond is where you from. You know all the spots. You know where to eat. You know where to go. You if somebody came to visit, like, hey, so listen, I'm looking for this. You can point them in the right direction.
sure.
When it comes down to Newport News, Virginia, I'm not the best of that. Because I wasn't outside. But up north, I was outside. I can tell you where to go. And we was up north in Harrisburg. It's like, listen, I got you. Like, you got to go to Mikado's. You got to do this, So that kind of ordeal. But I had a strict upbringing here in Newport News. So I was a wild child up north.
Wow. Causing trouble and down at 757.
Right.
Jekyll and Hyde.
What do you prefer, up there or down here?
I actually prefer north. Matter of fact, let me not say that. I prefer metropolitan.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I prefer metropolitan. So if I'm gonna be in this area, I would prefer more like DC, DMV area. You know what I mean? I just like fast, and I like the fast pace.
Right.
But when I'm tired of being fast, I like to go into my southern bag and get away from everything. So I actually just prefer metropolitans versus up north or down south, because I mean it's just a vibe. It's just a vibe.
Yeah. I get that vibe from you too. You kind of like fast paced. You kind of like energetic. I can see you living in the city and appreciating the city a little bit more.
For sure, absolutely. And then when I get tired of the city, I like to go home. That's how it was when I was living in Atlanta. So like I didn't live in the city. I lived in East Point.
Okay.
So closer to the airport, like 5 minutes away from the airport.
Right.
Definitely clutch. But it was just like, cool, we out in the city, we midtown with it, we everywhere with it, and then I can go home and be in the cut somewhere. Nobody know nothing I got going on. So I actually like that.
Word.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's fast forward a bit, right? For the people who may not know, you are a radio host for Power 92.1.
Yes, I'm in the city.
Yeah, for sure. How'd you get into radio? Was radio something that you always wanted to do?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah.
All right, this is my question, my answer to you. Let me make sure this is not showing on camera. They ain't cutting no checks.
No cross promoting.
Right.
They ain't cutting no checks around here.
Get the brand deals though.
I always ask, do you want the long version or the short version?
I mean, we got an hour.
I was about to say we got some time.
All right, I'll condense it. I'll make the long one a little short. But no, I actually started in TV. I started in TV at 16.
Oh wow.
But I was introduced to TV at 14 I was in middle school at that time, 8th grade to be exact. And Regina Price was my teacher at the time. I introduced it, loved it. I was actually doing TV and acting at the same time. Like TV was over here and then acting was right across the hall. So that was great. 2 years later, I'm in Pennsylvania. It's the summertime, so I'm there enjoying my summer, and I get a call from my mother, and she's like, so Channel 47 sent something in the mail. They're looking to bring on students to show them how to, be host and work camera, build TV shows, things like that. I think this is something that you should do. So fast forward, I was like, I was hesitant because I didn't want to cut my summer short to come back to Virginia. I didn't want to do that. But I was like, nah, let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. And fast forward, I take the gig, and come to find out my boss, mentor, Ray Price, was actually the father of the young lady that taught me at 14.
That's crazy.
So, small world, right? And then so many people came out of our program at that time. Like I grew up listening to the Buddha Brothers morning show. The Buddha Brothers morning show was DJ Law. That's 103 Jams, Wowie, on our side. But it was the Buddha Brothers morning show, DJ Law, Mike Lloyd, and DJ B. So I was listening to them. I grew up listening to them. Law came through that program that I was in at the TV station. So did Coco Brown.
Oh, wow.
Shaheem Reed, shout out to him. He was a mega personality on MTV. It was so many staples that came out of that program. So that in itself was already just amazing and immaculate, right? So fast forward, I left. I was gearing up for college, right? And I didn't know that this was something I truly wanted to do. It was just something that was like, I felt like my steps were ordered. Let me say it like that. Because it was just like everything. I love the culture. I was the girl with the Word Up magazines that knew everybody's business. You know, I knew everybody's business, okay? I knew everybody's business. I knew who was cousins with who was lying. Like, I knew about Janae Aiko before Janae Aiko was Janae Aiko. You know what I mean? I knew how to pay attention to certain videos and certain songs. Like, it was a group called ATL that actually introduced Sierra. She was in their video before Sierra even dropped Goodies at the time.
That's crazy.
Right? So I was that girl. I was that person, never really realizing that I was like soaking all of this up, right? So when I'm working at Channel 47, and I was told, like, you can go to school for this, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know, communication is so cool. So went to school for it, and we'll get into that. But I went to school for it, went to Dell State first, made a major name with Dell State to the point that Def Jam reached out, like, wanted to work with me. So when I transferred to Old Dominion and had my college radio show, we were doing a lot of things with Def Jam and Universal.
Oh, nice.
And I had a friend of mine that was working. He was a college rep for Universal.
Okay.
Is it Universal or Warner? One of those. I'm almost certain it was Universal, because that's where we had put together 2 meet and greets, Don Tolliver and 7th Streeter.
Wow.
So,
where's she at, bro?
So I'll tell you a story about that. So now I go to Philly, right? So after I graduated Old Dominion, I had the option to leave Virginia to go market myself in major markets, DC, Philly, New York, things like that. And I just went to go live with my dad. So he's like, just come out here, like, market yourself, do your thing. Yeah. And I had interviews, like, all up and through the Tri-City. All up and through. And I ended up landing the job with Philly. Funny thing is, my second interview for Philly, 7th Streeter, was sitting in the lobby. Oh, wow. And I walked up to her. I was like, I don't know if you remember me or anything like that, but we did, this together at Old Dominion, da-da-da-da. Yeah. So right when Karen Vaughn, she's my radio mom, she was bringing me to the back for the second round of the interview, she was like, well, at the time, my name was Cash. Okay. So it's still my name, though. That's my nickname. But at the time, my personality name was Cash, which was given to me by my best friend when we was working in TV. And Karen went to go introduce me to Seven, and she was like, yeah, Seven, this is Kat. And Seven was like, nah, I already know her. We know each other. Wow. That kind of ordeal, right? And then Philly, I had my tenure there, and I was going to Atlanta. So remember, I grew up listening to the Buddha Brothers morning show. So when I was transitioning over to Atlanta, I was talking to Hurricane Dave, who was the operations manager of that time, and he was also over Richmond market as well. So one of his questions to me was, well, when did you get into radio? Like, what started that for you? And I was like, well, I grew up listening to the Buddha Brothers morning show, and I didn't know that it was something that I was truly interested in. I just truly love getting up, listening to this show, listening to the commentary. The music was one thing, but they had the kids corner because, all the kid groups was out at the time, and you can always get in something. You know what I mean? So I always listened to it between 6 and 7 because that's the kids corner. And funny thing, this is the man who brought me into Atlanta, and he was like, that's so interesting to know. He was like, when you grew up listening to them, I was their program manager, which is their boss. So in turn, the show I'm growing up listening to, their bosses end up being my boss when I go to Atlanta. So everything just connected. You know what I mean? Like everything just connected for me. So it just felt like, damn, like maybe I'm supposed to be here. And then once I get here, the same groups and people that I had on my wall, like these are people in my circle.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
I'm interviewing, making viral moments with these people. It's like, damn, like I didn't realize that I was being trained, to be in these rooms, you know? So that's the long story.
Yeah.
Nah, that's tough though. That's a dope beginning.
You kind of segued into another question I wanted to ask too, just about if you can narrow it down to one moment. What was the one moment of like, I belong here. This is the job for me. You know what I mean?
I belong. Oh, that's a good question. I never thought of it like that. What was the one moment that made me say I belong here?
Mm-hmm.
The moment that made me really say I belonged here, number one, when I was in Philly and Karen was not putting me on air, she was like, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. And I was staying, like, I was in the station from 6 in the morning, and I probably stayed till like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Because I was producing the morning show. I was the executive producer for Karen's show, which was midday. And then after that, I'll probably be doing some production around whatever. And then I'm like, let me go practice and keep practicing on these air checks because she's going to give me my yes.
Yeah.
So I think when I was dedicated, even though I wasn't getting the opportunity that I wanted or I thought I deserved, because a lot of it is entitlement too.
Right.
I was young. I was 22, 23 in that building, so that's a lot.
Yeah.
But when I kept going back, it was like, okay, well, I know I'm supposed to be here. Like, I know I am really supposed to be here because I'm just up doing it, and it's fun sitting in the studio till 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, just trying to get the perfect air check, you know?
Yeah.
But the moment that really stamped that I can do this, that happened a long time ago when I was like young, when I was still working at the TV station. But the stamp for me that made K Samone was when I was in Atlanta and the station did not have access to the Millennium Tour. This was the first one, first Millennium Tour. We did not do, I don't think they really did any promotion for that first Millennium Tour. And because I was already doing a lot of digital interviews, shout out to Kimmy Awards. I don't know if you know of Sheen Magazine, but they have Kimmy Awards. So I had hosted their red carpet for their pre-party. And I just saw the Millennium Tour, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen, but I'm going to get in this room. I'm going to get in this room. And something just happened where the opener, C. Marie, her people reached out and was like, hey, we would love to interview with you. And I was like, well, I would definitely love to interview her, but it has to be on site. It has to be on site. And when they agreed to it being on site, I had a viral moment with Sammy, Mario. Mario actually reposted our viral moment. And pretty much that whole first Millennium Tour was just it. And right after that, interviews just started flooding in after that. Just flooding in. It was just like, that was it. And then the monumental moment was, the biggest thing for me, any place that I step into, it's always about impact, right? I don't care about being the biggest or the best and all of that in the room. It's just, how can I leave my mark? What can I do to leave an imprint? So when I leave, you'll never forget me. And at this time, when I was doing all of these digital things, I wasn't on air yet in Atlanta. But I ended up getting pretty much all the perks that the on-air talent was doing because of the headway and the noise that I was making, which opened the door for a lot of the other talent coming in that was not making, like, that wasn't on air, but doing digital segments to also come in and do remotes and have endorsements and things like that, which are things that only full-time are supposed to be privy to. So coming in doing something like that, it was like, damn, it's bigger than just saying, damn, I belong here. It was like, nah, like, I can shift some shit. You know what I mean? That was the thing. Like, I can really shift some things. You know? And then having a, back in Philly, I did a forum with some students from Drexel, a friend of mine from Dell State, and this organization called Women Organized Against Rape. I think that's what it was. WAR. Yeah, Women's Organized Against Rape. That's what it was. And they came in and I was like, I wanted to do some more digital things. I was big on digital in Philly. And I was like, I want to do something where we don't always have to go to everybody else to get the content.
Right.
We can get the content ourselves. Yeah. So when I put this forum together for Sexual Assault Awareness Month, I know that WAR was a potential client at the time. But having that forum with me sealed the deal. And they came on, I want to say that happened in April. So they signed on from May to June, renewed from June to December, and then renewed the whole year of 2018. But 2018, I was now in Atlanta.
Wow.
So to say that I grossed in some money off of an idea, being able to take an idea that the Drexel students had and amplified it to a whole nother level, it was like, nah, I'm actually bigger than just this talent thing. The talent thing is great, but I can really shift some things. Like,
That's
so
awesome.
That's tough.
Hopefully that answered your question.
No, it did.
Okay.
It did perfectly. What do you think is something that people underestimate about radio or about the radio business? Like, what's the side of radio that you think people just think that, oh, it's just,
I was not expecting none of these questions.
My
Okay.
bad.
No, seriously. No, because these aren't the typical questions. What are some things that I think people underestimate about radio? I think that people underestimate that when it comes to the talent portion, that, I can get in here and I can talk on the mic. I can do this. And it's so much more than just talking on a mic. Like, you're your own producer. Like, you're your own everything. So when you call in, like I have a call in, right? And let's say my call in was at 10:10, but I got to play you back, or my call in was at 10:03 and I got to play you back in 10:10.
Right.
I got to break all this whole conversation down into, a 30-second to a minute and 30-second clip, if that, to play on, to play back. Honey, they expect us to be content creator. Like, I gotta be a content creator while I'm on air. I have to be an editor.
I was just about to say.
I have to be everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have the fortitude and the fortune that a morning show would have or a syndicated show would have, where you have so many different pieces. It's really just you, and you're a one-man band in that room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why don't they invest more into that side of things so that you aren't, not you, but other on-air personalities aren't doing as much of the front load stuff? Like, why isn't that just...
I would say, I truly don't know. Honestly, I cannot tell you, because if I'm not mistaken, I think at one point you could have that producer in the room with you, but that's just the way it works. That's just the way it's been. It's like, you could have a producer there with you. You could have an intern in there with you. It could happen. But it probably won't be from your corporation's budget if it's not called for. You know what I mean? And then so many things changed and shift after COVID too.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, budget were cut after. So if you did have producers for certain shows that weren't syndicated and you don't have them anymore, that was a budget cut kind of ordeal,
I can see that.
Yeah.
You want to check that?
No, it's good. It's just a matter.
Where that's actually, you're doing a great job at answering these questions. I love people that answer questions and then it makes me segue into another question. You know what I'm saying? So to segue off of that, what has radio taught you about people or about working with people or just people in general? Like,
what has it taught me about people? I don't think that's the question. I don't think that's the question. I think, what has it taught me about interacting with people? I think that would be the best question. And the biggest thing is relatability. Because it's so ironic and so funny how there are individuals who listen to you and it's like, oh my God, you're a celebrity. Or they think that you're just so far beyond, them. But it's like, nah, like, I probably live in the same community as you, and you just don't know it's me. You know what I mean? That kind of deal. And then it's just like, I'm just like you. Relatability goes a long way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Showing that, I have access to the people that you would love to have access to. That's great and dandy and fun and cool. But on an average day, I'm just like you. And the biggest thing that I've learned is conversation. When you're talking on the radio versus like talking into a camera, right? The camera is my best friend. If I'm sitting here talking to the camera, it's like, that is my best friend.
Right.
But when you're sitting in that studio, that mic is your best friend.
Right.
And what you do typically, what a lot of talent do until you find your rhythm, find your voice, find your cadence, find your flow, is that you're talking at the mic.
Right.
Because it's not a real person. So it takes practice to know how you're transcending from them airwaves to that person that's sitting in the car. So a lot of times we're always talking in second person. I don't know if anybody ever notices that, but it's always second person because you're talking to a mass of people, but you focus it because it's conversational, right? You think of that person that's sitting in the car, that single mom that's sitting in that car with her child screaming in the background. And it's like, I have this, I have something for you. You know what I mean? Tune in to that person, even though once again, you're talking to the masses, it's like you're zoning into one person. And that skill translates and transcend out of that studio when I'm out and about too. Because it's like, oh, okay, well, cool. Like, I gotta relate, be relatable. But then it's just like, so what's going on? How you?
Right.
Like, and just more personable and things like that. It teaches you how to really, certain things you already have, you're supposed to already have as a talent. Because I mean, I know y'all probably met some dry ass. Some dry ass talent.
Tell me about it.
I'm so certain. It's some things that you already have. But one of the biggest things that I remember too that I have to kind of take in. There are some times that we do events. And I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood. You know what I mean? Like I'm human. I don't feel like it today.
Right.
But when I come into this room, people who've never met me, this is going to be your first impression of me. People who have met me, you have an expectation of the way that I present myself, so coming in, being personable, being relatable, because I can be tired and say I don't want to be here and look at you come in the room and be like, hey y'all, look, I don't feel like it today.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But and it can come off like, oh damn, like I feel you, because I have my days I don't feel like it, and that could spark up a whole conversation in itself off of the strength that we're relating in an area.
Would you say that that's the basis of what makes a good personality, a good radio personality, as opposed to a great radio personality? That relatability. Would you chalk it up to that reason as well? Relatability
and honesty and transparency. I'm still learning how to be honest and transparent on air. Cause it's hard. Like I'm a private person, right? I really don't open up the way that I should, and I'm learning how. And I'm doing so much better. Like in this realm, in this space, like I'll talk a little bit more about my personal life, and I'll talk a little bit more about the things that I'm going through. Like for instance, today with my instant message, I can't remember the instant message off the fly, but I did say that I shut down towards the end of 2025. Like I just shut down and stopped talking to everybody. And it's really because even though I know I had accomplished so much in 2025, it felt like I'm still so far behind. And that type of transparency you will not get from me on air. Like you just won't. Like anytime you hear me on air, it's always flowers, dandies, lily, clovers and moons. Like that's what you get from me. But I'm learning how to be more transparent, more honest, and more open, because I'm always honest, but then sometimes what we find ourselves doing too, I can't speak for everybody, I can say for me, it's like, well, controversy sells, but how controversy can I be? So sometimes I'm not as open about some things that I would like to say off of the strength of offending or off of the strength of advertisement, not wanting to mess up the money. You know what I mean? That kind of a deal. So I think that's the biggest thing, being relatable, but also knowing how to be honest and being transparent. Because once again, that's also relatability. That falls under relatability.
100%.
Like if I'm having a bad day or if I'm going through something, how can I tell you? Or if you're going through something, and you're looking for me to be that for you, how, you know what I mean? Like, how can I do that if I can't be honest about what I'm dealing with? I'm not the only person that probably feels so far behind after accomplishing so much after. I know I'm not the only person.
Right. No, 100%. So, you've been in the industry for
How long?
a good
Actually?
little
How
minute.
long?
Yeah.
What would you say your radio career?
Radio started for me in 2015.
Okay.
Okay, 10
On a
years.
professional scale. 2015. College radio started, but I started in TV at 16. So been in the business for
Good little minute.
good
Gotcha,
little minute.
gotcha.
Good little minute.
How has the industry changed since you've been in it?
Whew, child. So when I first got introduced to radio, right, you could come in as a promotions assistant, and that's how I got my introduction. As a promotions assistant, I always knew that I did not want to stay in promotions, but you had to come in, and at that point, the entryway was that.
Right.
So that's no longer a thing. Like coming in as a promotions assistant, maybe, but it's still some form of experience that you have to have, or that someone is looking for.
Yeah.
To get those type of positions. Like when I came in, I didn't have any type of radio experience.
Right.
When I got that position, so I definitely want to say that has changed. It's harder to get in. It's always been hard to get in, and you got to stay in, because once you leave, it's hard to get in. It's hard to get in. But the things that I've seen change over time, and something that changed overnight, especially with COVID, is the amount of syndicated shows. Syndication took over. Like, we knew it was a thing. We knew it was going to come.
Right.
But it took over.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like, almost every quarter job, like every corporation is condensing, so you have so many talents that are not just talents. You have talents that take on promotion roles, and talents that take on, it's so many different roles. I remember, like, I was looking at positions at iHeart one day, and when I first actually came back to Virginia, I went to Wowie first. And they were looking for an on-air talent that was a DJ and also a promotions director. They were looking for all of that. And it's just, when you have all these syndicated shows and it's so much condensing, you got to know that so many people are about to lose jobs. And then with systems changing, like you have a wide orbit system, then you have Zeta system. When I was living in Birmingham, and all this is like the system that runs your music, and the system where the music is programmed. And when I was working in Birmingham, it was such a game changer with the system, because I was working with Zeta, and I was able to literally sit in my studio in Birmingham, Alabama, and cover for the young lady that was working in South Carolina. And I could literally just voice track her whole entire show within 2 stop sets, which is commercial breaks.
Damn, that's crazy.
And that was it. So imagine how many companies have probably conformed to Zeta. Right. If you have so many companies that conform to Zeta like that, and you have one talent that can voice track 3 markets in the midst of one time period, how many people about to lose some jobs?
My whole question is, like, I was looking at, I didn't look at the numbers for here, but I was looking at the numbers for 106. I think it was like 6,000 daily.
106. Who is 106?
106 to beat.
Lily. And,
okay.
I don't know who else is on there.
I don't be paying attention to nobody. I don't pay attention to
that's fine.
nobody. No, real talk. Like, I love Lily. That's my baby. Like, I love her down. I don't really be into the whole competition in the market and things like that. I typically, when I look at it, I'm only looking at it for me. So when I was full-time and I was full-time, and when I was working in Atlanta, I would pay attention to the ratings a lot more. Because number one, in Birmingham, my job depended on them ratings, but I was killing the market. Nobody was touching me. I had shares that was like 22, 23, 20, like 22.3 shares, while everybody like 0 point. Y'all not talking to me. Like, you're not talking to me. So I was killing the market. So therefore, I paid attention to that to kind of see how long people were actually listening to me. I'm very self-centered. So I'm self-centered. I don't be caring about what nobody else
metrics
do.
to like study so you can like market yourself.
Yeah, so I do it for me. Like, I literally do it to see how I can beat my numbers. What can I do to beat what I did last month? Like, I don't care about what nobody else got going on.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to support any way, any shape, anyhow. Because I'm not beefing with nobody at no other
course,
station, things like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, for sure. But I just want, I want to make it clear
Yeah.
why I don't do that. The corporations are in competition,
Right.
For sure,
not
yeah,
me.
for
Right.
sure, for sure.
You feel me? Like the corporations in competition.
Yeah.
So
But the question was like, I'm looking at that market, right? 6,000 people. Not sure like what it is here or whatever. But
I don't know either.
if it was something like, I assume like if you put more money into it, you can kind of grow that audience to be a little bigger. You can get more listeners, do more events. Like I don't see many events happening with either radio station really. I could just not be in the know.
I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
And the reason that I can't speak to that because that's really that's beyond my scope. That's not my part that I focus on. You know what I'm saying? What I can say as it pertains to, and not disregarding your question, I truly can't speak to that because what we were talking about was like why Richmond can't be a DC. But if Richmond had the capabilities of being a DC, it would have been that. It would have been a metropolitan. You understand? So it's just different. Like I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's an infrastructure. I don't know if it's people. I don't know if it's politics. I don't know what it is that causes things to be how they are. I just know for me, what in my experience, you're better off going to being the small fish in the big pond versus being somewhere where you're the big fish in a small pond. Because you have way more opportunity.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I miss daily about being in top 10 markets. So mind you, I went from Virginia Beach to Philly, Philly to Atlanta, and then I went to a 61 market, Birmingham, Shade. So I'm just saying, like I went, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's really hard. And I would prefer to be the small fish in the big pond because there's still so much more opportunity. And the biggest thing that I learned working in both places is that my first and foremost, let me just start here. My very first basketball game, as soon as I went to Philly, I am in Skybox with Allen Iverson and his friends.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have my lanyard to get up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was my introduction into Philly. And it's like, you have so much to look forward to. Because what I learned in Atlanta, sitting in this studio, like, it was inspiring to get up and go to work every day because I'm not just working with other jocks who went from this station to this station and don't got no motion outside of that. I'm working with individuals who this station is a piece of my income. This is not my bread and butter. You know, I'm working with individuals. I'm sitting in the room with a Ricky Smiley and I'm sitting in the room with Ryan Cameron. Like, these people I could talk to every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting in with a Darlene McCoy. What is radio to them? What is radio to that? You know, and I'm not even going to talk about them. I mean, I'm just giving y'all names that y'all, you that would be familiar for you. But I'm in this building with, so my first day in Atlanta, Bow Wow was storming the halls at 9:00 at night. I was like, where the hell is this nigga going? Like at 9 o'clock, I was in the break room and I happened to turn around. I was like, Bow Wow? This what y'all do up here? Like, I was like, this is what we got going on. So, I mean, it's inspiring to know that when they got off the radio, it was something else going on. You know what I mean? And it was like, damn, so I have so much more to look to. So I'd rather be the small fish in the big pond because it's so much more opportunities that's available. But why wouldn't those opportunities be available in a market like this? I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to as it pertains to that, coming into a small market like Birmingham with these big festive ideas, because I've seen the things that I'm pitching to you work. But if you never saw it, how can you help me? Can you back me? And unfortunately, that's the issue. I don't know what it is, but mentality is a big part. And everybody, everywhere you go, has gatekeepers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Some gatekeepers in Richmond for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go has gatekeepers. And if you can't get the gatekeepers to see how big of a vision that you have, how can you expect change?
You know, it's real. That's real.
Do you think I got a list of questions, but I want to stick to where you're going right now.
Okay.
I like where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Richmond deserves a certain level of does Richmond has the potential to get the level of shine like an Atlanta or like is there a potential here for Richmond to be something more talent wise? I know, not to get too deep as far as like infrastructure politics, but talent wise,
y'all have amazing talent here.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. Once again, I don't know what the root of that is. You know what I mean? Like I don't know Richmond well enough to say what could be done different or what the possibilities of Richmond's growth. I don't know Richmond well enough, and I'm not well immersed in Richmond. I'm, still learning. I only moved here in September.
I dig it.
You know what I mean?
Well, shit, let's get messy, man. Who's the gatekeepers, man? Go ahead and name them, man.
Who are the gatekeepers? I don't know. I would love to know who the gatekeepers.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, everywhere you go, there's gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta go through somebody to get something done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's
and if you have to convince somebody like this is the idea, I'm telling you. And they don't see it, what happens then?
Right. Who's in charge of radio programming here? Who do I need to talk to about getting local music on the radio? And
that's a conversation in itself because radio don't play local music.
Why not? And it does though.
Who?
106 plays local music.
And when? In between their mixes?
Yeah. I've had songs on the radio.
That's interesting. Yeah. So that goes down to your program director. Truthfully, I've been working with Radio 1 for 6 years. This is my 8th year with them. Because I left for 2 years.
So why is that a thing though?
I don't know. Okay. That's above my pay grade. But I will say
that
that
happen though. It's not like a block or something.
I wouldn't say that it's a block. Let me say this. I think it really just depends on relationship because a lot of stuff is just relationship. And what is your relationship with Mike Street?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good?
Yeah.
So I will say that...
You definitely know Mike Street.
That's my homie.
No, we know, yeah.
So I think it's about relationship because I know like Atlanta, they had up and coming, they played, local music, but it was mainly in a contest format.
No,
it was a contest format. It wasn't just in rotation. I know that there was an incentive one year when we did Birthday Bash, and the incentive was the guy who won Birthday Bash contest to perform at Birthday Bash. We had his music in rotation for a couple months. What that conversation looked like or what that conversation entailed, I can't say that because that's way beyond my pay grade. I just tell you, if you want to know what that looks like, what that red line is, you do need to go talk to the program directors, music directors, operations manager. And I think in this day and age, too, with the way that things are, radio is playing what we already hear. So me personally, I'm not saying you don't need radio. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
But why not create a hit that everybody else is on for radio to catch up to? Because radio is just catching up. Like, honestly, when I remember, like, before I got back on into radio, when I got this shift in Philly, it was songs I was listening to a year prior. This was just me finding songs. And then they're being introduced as new songs when I'm in Philly a year later. So, and then also too, COVID shift the culture completely different.
Yeah.
When there was no music really dropping during COVID, a lot of the music was being dropped in challenges and different dance battles on TikTok. And we start playing the songs that were on TikTok.
Right.
In the station. So I would say there's a complete different marketing tool and strategy to that, but I don't know what that is because I'm not on that side. Yeah. But I would definitely say make music for your peers because truthfully it's your peers that is saying what's going to be on this radio right now.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't get me wrong, it's still executives and things like that.
I think it's still like terrible music on the radio anyway, but I mean that's another topic. I mean,
can't say yes, can't say no. I don't like everything. I'll tell you that much.
The best song ever, like, but It's radio. So.
I mean, like I said, everybody has their red tape, and once again, I don't know who your gatekeepers are.
We're gonna find out after this interview.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
I don't know who your gatekeepers are. I mean, because you could say like a Mike Street would be your gatekeeper, or you could say Kat D, who's the operations manager here, is the gatekeeper. But the thing is, if Mike Street was to put your song in rotation, is he really the gatekeeper though? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see, because how I look at a gatekeeper is somebody that is not willing to expand, not willing, because everybody has to go through something. Because even with Mike Street putting your music in the state in the rotation, I don't know too much about Intercom. I worked with Intercom. Well, they're Odyssey now, so I don't know too much about Odyssey since I left. When I was working in Virginia Beach, so I don't know too much about the company. So I don't know if he had to even get it through somebody else to even say that that's okay. But I know for sure here,
That's crazy.
nah.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I mean,
nothing I can do about it, but
yeah, and it's politics and everything.
Yeah,
It's politics,
yeah.
It's all politics, and I think the best thing to do is know the atmosphere that you in and learn how to play their game.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just think of like, if we take like Nicholas F, for example, I would arguably say he's probably the biggest rapper from Richmond, maybe Chandler, maybe, but he ain't being played on the radio. And I would think like you would champion the people that's like in your city, you know what I'm saying? Like, or at least from the city.
That's
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. They
They
ain't how it work.
They play what's popular. They play what's top 40. They play, so I get it. But.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, and I don't know what that is or why that is. I do not know. Like I said, that's something that's.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
Right. Just kind of get back on track, right? And kind of piggyback off what you were saying, right? How do you balance being entertaining without chasing trends? Like, there's a lot of we're living in like
good one.
the clickbait rage
Yeah.
era right now. You know what I'm saying? How do you avoid that and still,
I do what matters. Like, I do the things that I care about. I talk about the things I care about. I don't care to follow trends, right? I really don't care. I don't care to hop on certain things like for click. I don't care to do things for clickbait. At the end of the day, when I talk about somebody, and going back to the conversation we had about being honest and being transparent, right? When I'm having conversations about people, and if you hear me talk about somebody, that's the true, honest, true feelings that I have.
Right.
I'm not saying those things to be like, oh, well, I'm just trying to get somebody to listen. I'm just trying to get somebody to put me on. And I really don't like that because it's not authentic, right? I feel like, you're a gimmick if you do stuff like that. I just feel like you're just a gimmick. You're just trying. You're trying.
Yeah.
But as it pertains to me, I just do what feels right, and I do what feels good, and I have the conversations that I like to have conversations about. I really got away from a lot of entertainment conversations because entertainment is not entertainment anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about no damn Krishan Rock and Blueface. I do not
Cardi
care
B
about what
and
they got going on. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
truly do not care.
Yeah.
If these are things I'm not staying up on, what's the point? And then the biggest thing for me is I like to find different angles to topics. So if I bring a topic to the table, I'm definitely not coming to you with the topic that is presented. I'm coming in with a different angle on a viewpoint on how we can view and talk about this situation. But entertainment topics to me, like today for my DM report, I talked about the Affordable Cares Act tax that was approved. Well, not approved. Donald Trump didn't want it, but the House overruled.
Congress did, yeah.
U.S. House overruled. I talked about that. I talked about, it was something else I talked about. But I talk about like different things that I think would be appealing for everybody. I try not to immerse myself because entertainment is just not entertainment no more. We see too much. We got too much access to these entertainers.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should people be talking about, or what conversations do you think people just had more of?
I mean, personally, I think that's subjective because that's on you. That's completely on you. Whatever conversations you want to have, you could have. I think that we talk about 50-50 too much. I think that we talk about
Hey, that was my neck now, Joe.
I think that we talk about this black woman, black male hating each other perspective. I think we have, our conversations are so limited that we don't think beyond what is there.
Yeah.
I do think we have a lot of limited conversations, and that could be based on my algorithm, truthfully.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's a lot of things that we could talk about, like which is with one of my segments, Repost, Report, or Delete, I love so much because I try to appeal to everybody. I try to appeal to the crowd that is ratchet, and I try to appeal to my crowd that is righteous. You know what I mean? You gotta have balance,
Yeah.
But I try to appeal to everybody. So like, I remember I did a story about a young lady who was sexually assaulted in the metaverse and filed a police report behind that. And it happened in UK. Exactly. But y'all don't know about these conversations. Why?
Because I was to the radio?
No, not because you listen to that. But it's all algorithm. It's algorithm, right? It's all algorithm. So, but yeah, so she filed a complaint in the filed a literal police report.
Wow.
About an assault that took place in the metaverse. And Meta was like, well, I don't even know how this could have happened because they have, I think it's, please forgive me if I can't remember the name, but I think it's like, they have a social distancing kind of app or name. It's a term, but they have it built in to the metaverse where you can't get but so close to somebody.
It's still virtual though. Anyway, it's not like,
and it's still virtual. But the thing is, she still filed the police report, and the police were doing an investigation. Now, this happened in UK, by the way. So here's the question and how I tailored that. I'm like, okay, so let's talk about this. Let's deep dive into this for a second. What happens if these gentlemen are convicted? Will Metaverse have to have a meta court? Would they have to? No, seriously. But this is the thing, because if you look at the things that you do on Facebook, how many people been in Facebook jail?
Facts.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Or they get banned.
Or your page gets deleted because of whatever adherences you're not adhering to.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So this is a conversation to be had. Now, if they get convicted, is this something that we go to court about? Do we have to set something up in the metaverse? Is a whole nother law or a whole nother constitution going to have to be constructed?
Now we got to get the meta laws. We got to have a
how does this work? What does this look like? How is this going to shape our future? Because at the end of the day, as bad as we may not want AI or metaverse to be here, it's here now.
Yeah.
So how do we prepare for something like that? And what does that look like in the future? So these are the type of questions I do like to pose, on top of, like, today I talked about Bow Wow making his gave his thought-provoking question, which I thought was really dope. How he said, should TV networks really be displaying music award shows, because they don't even display music or music videos like they used to, or at all? So shouldn't this be mainly for the digital platforms to do? Shouldn't this be their space now?
That's actually interesting.
Great conversation, right? So these are the topics I like talking about. Not not Cardi B had a baby by Stephon Diggs. Congratulations, by the way. But Cardi. I did, but I try to throw something in there for everybody. But those are my type of conversations, thought provoking.
Word. I'm probably get like 7 more questions.
Oh yeah, have fun. We here.
And then we're gonna get into this keep it or cancel it.
Okay,
right?
we here.
Kind of a 2-parter, right? What's your best / worst interview you've ever done? I guess both.
Worst interview I ever done. I'm viral for it. Worst interview I ever done. So, red carpet BMF. Boy, I was not supposed to do that red carpet.
Okay.
It was supposed to be another talent, and the marketing director in Atlanta came in the room like, okay, can you do it? Because listen, they say they can't. I say, yeah, I got you. Can you send me over everything? Can you send me all the talking points? Can you send me everything? I don't know nothing about BMF, like absolutely nothing about BMF.
Wow.
Nothing. And he was like, yeah, I got you, because they sent out the first 2 episodes, so you can watch that. Never got it. Now we on the red carpet. Baby, I asked Meech, who was he playing?
Oh my
Who-
gosh.
Who was he playing?
Now we all know who. Well, I guess not, but okay. I guess not.
Not me. Okay, not me. Now it was so awkward, but funny at the same damn time that it went really viral. It went viral, and we loved. I mean, we kept it because they loved it.
Yeah,
they loved it. So hey, once again, that goes back to being personable and honest.
Right. No,
I was like, look, they just get. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
That's
Like, you know,
hilarious.
Da Vinci walked up and I was like, well, who are you playing? He was like, Terry. I said, who's Terry?
I don't know nothing.
Nothing. I at least know that.
That was the worst. But it was the best time.
Yeah.
It was the best time, but it was the worst.
That's
The
funny as
worst
hell.
interview I've ever. I was so unprepared. Thank God. I was so mad at Vince because batteries kept running out of the camera and everything. And I was so mad at Vince because we missed 53 times, but I'm so glad. I am so glad.
Who knows? If
I
you would've said
did not. I kept calling the series a movie. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, that shit was horrible.
That's hilarious.
But it was the funniest moment I'll never forget in my life. Oh, I got dragged.
Like, bro, why is she
Like,
there?
why is she here? No preparation. These personalities need to do better jobs. Like they know they should be doing their research. And I am a researcher. I research down.
Yeah.
Okay, but I didn't even because I had no clue who BMF is. Like I had no clue. No clue. So yeah, that was my worst. Best one, I don't have a best one because everyone has their own story and takes their own journey.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a best one. I can just say that everyone that I've had, once again, it's not about being the best. It's not about having a viral moment for me. It's about being impactful. And the beautiful part is everybody that I have had interviews with, these are people who are part of my circle. Like I could call,
Yeah.
hey, I need this. I need some help. You know what I mean? So I think that's the best part, building, like networking within those interviews. Everyone takes a story of its own though.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I guess to add a third part to that question, right? What's your favorite on-air moment?
My favorite on-air moment. Boy, let me tell you. Okay. Favorite on-air moment. So, Sammy is my crush, right?
Okay.
Sammy the singer is my crush. Yes, Sammy sung to me when I was 14 years old.
Oh, okay.
So, when he sung to me when I was 14, I have been in love ever since.
Yeah.
Met him Millennium Tour, was able to tell him the story. We had a ball from there. So, everybody in the city knew that this was my crush. Everybody who knew me knew he was my crush.
Yeah.
So, Akbar, Akbar, she's on Love and Hip Hop. She did a video, Drake was her crush. So she did a video with Alicia Keys, You Don't Know My Name.
Okay.
And shooting her shot at Drake.
Yeah.
So I had put in my stories one morning. I was like, yo, should I do this for my crush, y'all? Like, let me know. If I get 100%, I'm going to do it. So I got 100%. And I did the video, but I didn't drop it until Valentine's Day. So when I dropped the video on Valentine's Day, I was on air. And I was like, all right, so tag my crush. Y'all know who he is.
Yeah.
Let him know. I shot my shot. What's up? Because I'm not going to be single this Valentine's Day. And it was all fun and game.
Right.
It was really all fun and game. At that time, Sammy was in a relationship.
Okay,
so
yeah.
it was all fun and game. And what made the moment so magical, a lot of people don't know this aspect. So when I dropped the video, he responded to the video. He was like, oh, babe, I'm so sorry. I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. So everybody in the chat, like everybody in the comments. And it's still on my page, by the way.
Yeah.
But everybody in the comments like, yo, you can still fly her out there. What's up when you get back? You want me to drive her to you? Like, it was hilarious. And then I turned the moment to radio. So it was something that was done on social media that I'm talking about on the radio.
Right.
But I DM'd him, and I think we were following each other after, because I had interviewed him about 3 or 4 times at this point. At this point in time, I was interviewing Sammy once a year. Okay, once a year. So we was following each other, and I DM'd him, and I said, "Yo, you know what would make for a great radio moment is if you called in." He was like, how long you need me? I said, I probably wouldn't even need you a full minute.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, cool. Give me the number. He called. Oh, it was on and popping. When he called, we had that moment. And then after that, so I want to call my crush from Jagged Edge, this person. And can we get this person on the line? Because I love this person too. So the phone started blowing up because everybody was like, yo, she got connections to get our crush. Like, so that was probably one of my favorite radio moments.
That's tough.
And it was so genuine. And I was live and I was, on air. It was just so genuine. Everything just happened so seamlessly. Yeah,
That's
for sure.
tough.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
Playing
Like,
Cupid out here.
No,
Right.
I said playing Cupid out here.
Yeah, for sure. It was fun though. I was like, because I really did. I had like 2 people call, like, I want to shoot my shot at so and so from Jagged Edge. I said, baby, I don't know him.
That's hilarious. 2 more questions, then we're gonna get into the keep it or cancel it. What does success look like for you right now?
Success looks like for me. What does that look like for me? Oh, that's a deep question. Success looks like for me right now achieving everything on my goals list, and being able to provide others with opportunity that can gain revenue. That's always been my thing. But I don't know what's, because success is subjective. Right. So I don't know what it looks like for me right now, because somebody could look at me and be like, oh, she's successful. And in my brain, I'm like, nah, I ain't there yet. The best way I can answer your question is, like I said, everything I do is for impact. And I just want a legacy that outlives my existence. So once I put something in motion that I know is going to live beyond me, that'll be success for me.
That's fine. That was a great answer.
Yeah, that's tough.
And last one, if you weren't on radio, what would you be doing?
TV.
TV.
And I'm still trying to get into TV. I'm trying to transcend back into TV. But I'm going to say this. I actually, no, let me back up real quick. Because I really love what I do with the state as a content migration specialist. Okay. I love what I do. I actually do a lot of strategy sessions, brainstorming sessions with each division. What this job really entails is that we're migrating all of the original content that they have, making sure that it meets the accessibility guidelines for 2026 that will be in effect in April, and transcending all of that to the new CMS system that's going to be user-friendly. The divisions will have to learn the system on their own, or not learn it. They have to navigate the system on their own, whereas before they weren't building their own pages, doing these things. So now what we have done, we created a process on how the migration was going to go. And I have a team of 5.
Right.
So 5 at first. Okay, yeah, 5 because Megan came in. So we have a team of 5, and we put together a process on how each step was going to go. We're in our final step right now of the project. And I've done training videos. I have strategy sessions, like one-on-one consultations with each division team members to show them the proper strategies, building out these pages, showing them how to utilize the system, how to use the system. We had a training on the system, had to condense that training, that 8-hour training, to a 2-hour training, had to train all the divisions on how to do it. So I find so much enjoyment in doing these brand strategies and consultations with everybody, speaking on the things that I'm really knowledgeable about. So I once again, being impactful, having something live beyond my legacy, or having a legacy that lives beyond my existence. You know what I mean? Like, I think that will be success for me. And if I couldn't do what I'm doing now, I don't know, maybe I would do the brand strategist thing. But I know for sure it'll be TV. But I could say that I'm able to speak to these things and speak on the things that I do because of what I've been able to accomplish in my career from TV up until now. So
nice.
No, dope.
Yeah,
Dope.
we can get into this next segment.
Okay.
I'll let him explain how we're gonna do it.
Super simple.
Just
like I
talk
said.
to me.
Keep it or cancel it. I'll name a topic or a phrase or a sentence or whatever, and you tell me if you want to keep it or if we should cancel it.
Okay, perfect. Let's go.
AI radio personality hosts.
Cancel that. Cancel that. Okay, now there has been some companies that tried that, and it did not go so well for them. Cancel that.
Wow.
A robot can't be me, baby.
AI at all? Like any like with ChatGPT or anything? Is there any use of AI?
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT is used, but not for programming.
Yeah.
Not for that. Not for, now I could see, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen here, but I don't know where this could possibly happen. I don't even remember where I heard this from, but I do know that AI automation might be taking over traffic. Not for us though, like not for Radio 1. I don't know where I heard this, but I heard this through the grapevine somewhere. Just You know, if it
Oh,
happens,
wow.
you know, I heard it. But I don't know where though. Don't whatever.
Exclusive clip here.
No, I don't.
Right.
I don't know where I heard it, and I don't know where it pertains to. But I do know that is a thing. But I do know some people have tried to do the AI personalities. It's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working. You can't. AI being me. That's funny.
They're getting good. I've seen like the AI like content creators. They still look fake, but
They look fake as hell,
They
just
look
like
fake, yeah.
the AI singer.
yeah.
Monet
Yeah.
Zane,
Something.
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them. There's
Yeah, he
a
was talking about some country.
there's a
dude.
country song apparently that was like #1 for a while. It's completely AI. Burning Rest, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, went #1.
That should be illegal.
It should be.
It should really be illegal.
It should be.
It should
It
be.
sounded fake too. To be like I said, when I heard it, it didn't.
See what I'm
it
saying?
didn't sound
But to
right.
the average listener, they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this sounds
His
like."
mom loved it. She's like, oh my god. I
No,
love this
seriously,
song.
seriously. My mom was the one who told me about it.
Wow, that is interesting. Well, I
Right.
mean, it is what it is.
No, cancel it.
But no, we're definitely canceling that. I'm not with that at all.
Good.
That's
good,
a
good,
cancel for me.
good. Sharing locations with your partner. Keep it or cancel it.
Cancel that. So no.
Oh. Oh.
Speak on it. Go ahead.
I need to hear wow now.
Look, she about to get a text soon. She about
Right.
to-
What you mean? You ain't trying to share location with me?
No, I mean, personally, it just depends. It depends. It depends on the person. It depends on our relationship. It depends on how close we are. I don't need to go through your phone. I don't care to know where you are. Be honest. If you're not honest, it's going to show up. Okay, I'm too efficient. I'm a tourist, baby. Okay, I'm not doing all that digging. I'm not doing none of that. The only way I would truly want to know your location is if I just want to make sure that you're safe.
Right.
Did you get to your location where you needed to go? I don't want to share locations because if you get suspicious about anything I got going on, which I'm probably not doing anything, but if you're doing something and you become suspicious of what I got going on, I don't need you popping up on me because I'm not going to pop up on you. Now maybe, but the point of the matter is,
What you doing at 2 a.m.? You have to.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I
got
just
the
don't want to
Waffle
be
House.
crazy. So let's alleviate any
yeah.
crazy activity from happening. So we don't need to share locations.
Right.
If this is where you say you are, fine, I'll trust it. Give me a reason not to trust it. You got to go. I'm not doing no digging. I'm not goddamn Inspector Gadget.
Got you. So if he asks, you're telling him no.
Nah, it depends. It just depends. Like, what you want to know my location for?
I just want to,
You know what I'm saying? If he's like, I just want to make sure that you got to where you need to get to safe. All right, that's fine. You know what I mean? And I won't share indefinitely. I'll share for an hour.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of ordeal.
Okay. All right.
But if it's my husband, it's a difference. If it's my husband,
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay.
you know, my husband needs to know where I am at any and all times. So yeah, I make sure my husband's all right.
Okay. All right.
Make sure he know.
I like that answer. I like that answer. DM networking. Keep it or cancel it.
Cancel that. I mean, let me say this. If I have my email posted in there, just shoot me an email. You know, I don't mind DMs though. But sometimes, like with the request, like if we don't follow each other, it's in that requested folder.
Yeah.
And I got hacked a few years back, so that folder has never worked properly since I've got hacked. Like I'm just receiving messages I received top of 2024.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So I would prefer just reach out, comment under something. You can comment under my story, repost something. Hey, I need to. You know what I mean? Like. You know, but
It's not a DMs.
I don't know, because I don't be taking.
I'm so glad I didn't for this interview.
You did you not?
No, I didn't. I met you at the.
Oh yeah, you did. You
was
did.
it black,
You did.
Something black.
I mean, no, because I was DM before about, and I think I've answered DMs like, okay, tell me a little bit more about your show, things like that.
Right.
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it, but the way that I move and operate now, just email me. Because a lot of times I do want to start scheduling meetings like to know who I'm even talking to.
Right.
Because I look at people on social media, it's just avatars.
Yeah.
If I don't know you in real life, you're an avatar to me. Like, you don't even exist.
Nah,
I mean, it's fair. It's fair.
I'm being honest.
No, I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad I met you in person, and then
Yeah.
Right.
because like most times when I DM people, they either don't respond or
Right.
They have some hesitations.
I will respond. I do respond, especially if like you're coming to me on business. I do respond. I don't respond to anybody coming to me outside of business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do respond when you come to me at business. But what I would have told you, because I have a booking link and everything, like, hey, like hit me on my email. Here's my booking link. Let's schedule a meeting. Let's talk about it. See what what we can do. So I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
But cancel it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cancel that.
Okay. Yeah. Fair. What you think?
I can see how a DM can be looked at as like an informal way of trying to contact somebody. You dig what I'm saying? Like she said, if I have my email information in there, it's like just that seems more professional. You dig what I'm saying? Like most of the time, people sliding in DMs for other reasons.
Yeah.
You know
That
what I'm
part,
saying? Like,
and then it's like it's lazy.
that
Is
too.
it lazy?
It's lazy.
That's
If
what
I have my
that's what
email right
True.
here,
If you have an email,
if I got my email
yeah,
here,
yeah.
I have a booking link right here,
Yeah.
and you still proceed to DM me. Should I take you serious? Because it's
That's
lazy.
real.
Yeah. Just the initial presentation of like
Conversation in the business.
it's kind of like, all right, bro. You know what I mean?
That part.
Yeah, it's very
Okay.
informal.
I'm gonna say keep it though. It's just quicker. You on your phone anyway. It's like
I mean, you can shoot an email anyway
Right.
on your
You're right.
phone.
you're right.
You can
You're
hit the booking link, and that's gonna pop up on your phone.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
It's gonna work either way.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep it or cancel it. Working for free or working for exposure. Keep it or cancel it.
I mean, so if I work for exposure, I'm technically still working for free.
Yeah. Free is exposure.
So what do you? Okay, wait.
No, I think he's saying working for free for exposure.
Oh,
Yeah,
working for
yeah,
free
yeah,
for
yeah.
exposure. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Hold on,
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
I heard
No, you
that
good, you good.
so wrong.
Nah, you go.
Actually, keep it.
Keep it.
Keep it. You don't know the opportunities that will come your way just by doing something for free. Sometimes we miss out on opportunities because we're so focused on the dollar. And had I not done some of the things that I've done for free, Millennium Tour is free.
Right.
When I did the red carpet for Kimmy Awards, that was free. Gained so many phenomenal connections in that. You know what I mean? So I think that sometimes we miss out on opportunity focusing on getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, look at the opportunity, evaluate the opportunity, and say, all right, is this worth, this, that? Like, can I do this for free? Because it's going to still bring me things that I need. So, and I think that's all about knowing your goal. What is your goal?
Yeah.
What is your play? This is chess. So what's your play? If you make this move, how is this going to set you up 3 moves later?
Yeah. I like that. Moving in together with your partner before you're married.
Hell nah. Cancel that, baby. Cancel it. Now, listen, this is a conversation I have all the time. All right. I refuse to stay with anybody's son. Anybody's son prior to my last name changing. I don't care if you got a ring on my finger and I'm your fiance. You're not staying with me and I'm not staying with you. No.
Why not?
It's not happening. First of all, I like my space too much. I didn't say I do yet. I didn't say I do to give up nothing I got going on. And then on top of that, however you live, if it's opposite to how I live, I don't want to deal with that until I say I do, because I can't easily throw the marriage away. We would really have to figure this out, and this is probably going to be one of our growing pains of figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll figure out if you dirty or not when you come stay the night. When I come over your house, I'll figure that out very quickly, very soon. But it's just, I like my space so much. I don't want to clean up after somebody until I say I do. I didn't say I do yet. So no, I'm not doing nothing. You can come over here and get a meal, but you can go home.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But the biggest thing is just like, because I think the thing that everybody has when it comes to that conversation is just like, you don't know a person until you live with them. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
And that's very true. Just like you wouldn't know a person until you have kids with them. You wouldn't know a person until you've done so many things with them. But I don't want to cross none of those roads until I actually say I do, because then it's going to start the process of like, damn, like we really in this together. And I want to do the in this together when we are in it together. When we have two souls have combined to become one. That's it.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right.
I dig it.
I'm gonna keep it.
Oh yeah.
Keep it.
Yeah. You?
I'm gonna keep it too, man. You know what I'm saying? I
So
feel
why?
like,
Why do y'all want to keep it? Let's talk about it.
no, I feel like kind of piggybacking off the cliche reasoning, right? You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you marry somebody, I need to know all of what I'm getting into, right? I don't want to like marry somebody and then live with them, and then it's like you said, I may get little glimpses of like who you are, your personality, or whatever. This is that and the third. You know what I'm saying? But when I marry you, I want my decision to be made. Like, okay, look, I know exactly who you are. I know what you're about, and I'm willing to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get married and then it's like, damn, I didn't know she was like this. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to.
You know?
I don't want to do that because I think my reasoning for it is not that per se. Because everybody got kinks. Everybody got quirks.
sure.
Everybody got some shit with them. Like everybody has something.
Everybody.
You know what I mean? Everybody has a little something with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's expected. I just don't believe in shacking up. Because when you're here, you're expecting things of me that you have not contractually given. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna wake up in the morning and make sure that you're fit. Like, you're now a responsibility of mine, or I gotta take you into consideration, and I refuse to just take somebody into consideration that you haven't secured the deal. Okay, so you can't get what you want when you want it. Secure the deal, and then we can go into that. Not to say. But I get it. You know, I totally understand the reasoning of why you would want to do that. But the expectation, too, is like, well, if we're living together prior to this marriage, I'm expecting you to cook for me. I'm expecting you to clean. I'm expecting you to do the. Well, you can't expect that and haven't secured the bag. And I tell anybody, I don't have kids for free. So I don't have kids for free. Okay, we don't do that around these parts. But I'm just saying.
No, I definitely understand.
That's all I'm saying. It's like, because it's not that I don't want to be there, but if you're there and, you know, we're together. Let's say we're together right. And you're there, of course, I'm going to show you this is what you are capable of getting. Right. Full time. Like, I don't mind waking up to make sure that you have food before you go to work. I don't mind packing you a lunch. I don't mind doing nothing for you when you're there.
Right.
But this can't be the expectation of me, and the bag is not fully secured.
No, I feel it.
Yeah, I got you.
I feel it.
Real quick, I just want to check how much time we got.
Okay.
On here. Okay, we got 20 minutes. Cool.
Oh, this has been fun, y'all.
Thank you. I'm glad. All right, moving on. Staying friends with your ex. Keep it or cancel it?
I can keep that.
Keep it?
I'm still friends with my ex.
Oh, no, she gotta go. Got to go.
But now when we say friends, though, like how friendly are you guys' relationship? Like, is it like...
Y'all call each other on the phone still?
Hold on. But you're single, I'm assuming, right? So let's...
Right, in a relationship.
You're in a relationship.
I'm still gonna be friends with my ex. My ex is my first boyfriend, my first love. Right, we were together for 8 years. We grew up together, so his best friend is my second cousin, and you know we got memories, like friendships. Actually, I think we were talking a little after Christmas. Was it before or after Christmas we was talking? Before or after? Like, I was talking on the phone with one of my friends, and I was like, yo, let me call you back. It's my ex. Let me hit you back. You know? Wow. And we sat on the phone for almost 2 hours just laughing and geeking about our past, our childhood, how we went. He's in a whole committed relationship at this point.
Right.
And he was just calling just to check in. And we don't talk every day. Okay. We barely talk once a quarter. You know what I mean? It's just, so it's not like it's something that would be interfering. And when we do talk, it's not like, oh my God, I miss you and I love you and it's none of that. It's just like I'm talking to my homie, and this is like a childhood friend, you know? I'm not talking about anything. Why are you looking? You looking at me like, I hear you, but nah.
Yeah, most guys not gonna be with that, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like,
I mean, that's what I was gonna ask you. Would you have an issue if you was dating a guy and he was like, I need you to like cut that off? Like,
I would definitely have an issue with that, because if I'm not doing anything to jeopardize this relationship. I'm on the up and up about my friendship. I'm courteous of you. I'm not taking calls privately. I'm not taking calls when, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not taking calls or hiding anything from you. You know, so I would feel some type of way to that, because I'm not the woman either that would feel some type of way about a male having a female best friend. You should have a female best friend.
Best friend.
But I'm just saying, whatever.
Okay,
if you're friends with, if you have a woman in your life that you friends with, regardless of the past, regardless if there's a history or not, I'm that woman. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. It doesn't bother me. You know, it really doesn't. It's just one of those things like, okay, cool. You got a young lady over here that you can confide in. I've never been in a situation, too, where I know some women have, but I've never been in that situation where a man is flaunting a woman around me and the whole time they had this whole thing going on behind my back. It's never been that. And even when it comes down to my best friends, my male best friends who have girlfriends, I embrace their girlfriends to let them know, like, this ain't that. You know, this isn't that. You know, and at this point, I'm 33 years old. Me and my ex broke up when I was 21. Okay. Why are you tripping over that? Why are you tripping like this? Why are you tripping over that? And that's how I think. I don't think it's something that we should really trip about.
I got you.
How you feel?
Because he don't feel that.
Cancel it. I mean, it can't be friends. Nah, cut that out.
Why though?
It's just the potential of something happening, something growing from there, you know?
Yeah, nah. See, and I'm gonna say, okay, because I think I hear what you're saying and where you could possibly be going with that. But here's the thing: I had an audition 2 years ago. I had an audition in LA, and I stayed with my ex. Like, I needed a place to stay, and I was like, "Hey, listen, I got this audition." We didn't even see each other. We didn't see each other till it was time to go to sleep. We was like this all day. The whole time I was there, in passing. Probably had to go to his job to get the key, but we was in passing the entire time. Because I'm just here for the audition, you know what I mean? But when we do have our conversations, we just reminisce. We talk, we laugh, we talk about why it couldn't work. I'm like, this is why this shit didn't work, because this is how you are. Right. This is what you did. Like, you know, but we don't want each other in that capacity.
I'm just insecure.
I wouldn't say it's an insecurity. I mean, I think it's fair to say I don't want you guys to have that type of relationship. I think that's fair. I wouldn't call it an insecurity. It could be, but I wouldn't say off rip that that's an insecurity. I get it. It could be a respect thing, you know?
Just think, Chris.
Yeah, no, I'm canceling it too.
Okay. All right. Just make sure we're on the same page. I was scared for a second. You
know, I'm definitely like, and she's you made valid points. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
great points.
Old relationships and shit that you're not even people that you're not even really thinking about like that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? And the timing in which y'all talking. Like, you talk to this guy once every 4 months or whatever. It ain't every day. You ain't ducking off 11 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? I get all of that. But again, just too much room for error, you know what I'm saying? And maybe, I guess it's an insecurity or ego, whatever you want to call it, just, you know, what could be happening, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What could be talked about, what could be, because again, you know, you don't know what somebody's thinking. And even if I do trust my woman, right, I don't fully trust him, like, especially if I don't know him like that, you dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, I could trust my lady all day, but it's like, to you, it may be like, oh, I'm just talking to my friend, but to him, he may have different motives that I don't know about. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you. I think this is where the line should be drawn, and the line could be drawn. Like, if I was in a relationship and I went to LA, I wouldn't have stayed with him.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, got you.
So it wouldn't have been a discord. Not that anything would have happened. Not that anything could have happened. It would have just been a respect level, like, well, no, I don't want my man over here worried about what I got going on. I don't want him to think or feel any type of way. So it's best not. Now, I definitely would be like, well, I'm going to link up. You know, we're going to go out to eat, and we're going to hang out. You know what I mean? Keep you in the loop on that. But I probably wouldn't have stayed if I was in a relationship.
Right.
Off of the strength of the respect. Out of respect.
I would have got you a hotel. You know, I would have.
See, that's all that matters. Then you got my hotel, you know.
I got you.
They got the hotel, you know. Right. That's it. And then on top of that, too, another thing I wanted to hit on, he's, once again, in LA.
Right.
At this time, I was in Atlanta, Birmingham. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here in Richmond. We're not even in the same facility. We're not even on the same coast.
No, I get it.
For you to think that anything could possibly be happening.
No, I dig it.
You know?
For sure.
No, fair. You kind of touched on that previously, but going through your partner's phone, Keep it or cancel it.
Cancel that. I don't believe in it.
Mm.
I don't believe in it.
I
If I have to go through your phone, I'm gonna leave you.
I agree.
Mm.
If I have to go through your phone, I'm leaving you.
So you keeping it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
I'm gonna have to, man.
So under what circumstances or instance would you take a young lady's phone and be like, or let me see your phone? Like,
It
what?
ain't gotta be like that. Just,
Shorty phone, shorty nod off.
not even nod off.
Oh.
Right here. Like, let me see that.
I would look at you like you a plum fool. Like, what?
What you mean? You're my girl.
No, do you need to make a call? Is your phone broke? Like, what's going
Let's
on?
see
Like,
what's in here real quick.
I want to see what's in here.
let me see what's in here real quick. Like,
I'm just being nosy, Like,
Yo. Yeah,
I don't believe, if I feel like I have to go through your phone, I'm leaving you.
No,
I have too much of a good instinct and good discernment to sit here and play. If I feel like I gotta look and deep dive and play Inspector Gadget, I'm leaving you.
Yeah, I feel you.
Nah, I agree.
I'm not about to sit here and ask all these questions. I'm out the door.
I agree.
I'm packing bags, and you're not even gonna know what's going on.
Yeah.
Hit me with the what's going on. I felt like.
Yeah.
I felt like.
I wanted that confirmation. That's why I went through the phone. I
But what
knew,
is the
but I just needed to know.
And I think that's the part that I've grown
I needed
out
the
of.
proof. Because you wasn't going to tell me. Like, you wasn't going to be honest.
Of course not.
So now I
but
need
that's
to-
the part I've grown out of. I don't need the validity. I don't need that to be validated for me. Your actions, your pattern, the way that you're moving, how you're interacting with me, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So because I don't like it, that's grounds in itself to say I'm out of here.
100%.
I don't need to violate your privacy for the confirmation. For me, I don't need all of that. At this point, it's just you showing me.
Right.
I probably talked to you, gave you warning. I probably done all of that, but nah. Like I'll remember, like I'll never forget. And then this is a story that me and my ex were actually laughing about. I'll never forget. I felt this man cheating, and I called him on a late night. I was like, yo. I think I hit him with the, no, he called me. He called me out of nowhere. I felt that shit. And he called me out of nowhere. Like, I just wanted to tell you that I'm thinking about you and I miss you and I care about you. First of all, this man ain't never been sentimental like that a day in his life. Okay? Not with me on any day in his life. So I let him get his little sentiments out. And I said, yo, whatever you doing, you better stop before I catch up with you. That's all I'm going to tell you. And that's how we going to end this conversation. A week later, the girl called my phone.
Wow.
Week later, girl called my phone. Oh, I gave her the business. Hey, Danielle. I gave that girl the business.
Not the shout out. Yo.
I gave that girl the business. You understand me? I made her feel this big.
All right.
Okay? Don't play with me. And even then, because what happened was, once again, these are our conversations. We sit back. And I told him, I was like, yo, I'm so happy. Like, we are in a place where we could laugh about these things. I said, I always thought that we was going to be together and sit back and laugh at the goofiness. You know, I always thought that was how we were going to be able to enjoy these moments together. I said, but I'm glad that I still get to have you in my life to this capacity.
Yeah.
Where we can laugh about these things. Because we sat on the phone and was cracking up laughing. Because the thing was, when she called my phone, he was on the other line with me at work. And I was watching the game to fill him in on what was going on with the game.
Wow.
So when she called me, I was like, well, you worried about your man and you probably can get to him a lot sooner than I can.
Right.
He on his lunch break, he hungry, and you worried about who I am. Let me tell you what you can do. You can go down to McDonald's, get him a #1, extra mac sauce, barbecue sauce, extra napkins,
Right.
a high C orange minimum to little ice, and handle your business. Do your thing. Your man is hungry. Your man is hungry. She called me back. I said, are you incompetent? What's wrong?
Right.
You messed up the order? Hey, damn.
All right, last one. Sheesh. Fighting at our age. Keep it or cancel it?
Cancel that.
Cancel it?
Cancel it. I mean, you guys are men. You have testosterone.
I ain't trying to fight.
Okay, because
I don't
I
have
mean,
to.
men have testosterone. What you mean you don't got to? You got retainers? You got goons? What's up?
No, I'm just saying.
He said I don't have to.
If I don't have to, I would prefer not to fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't condone it. At this day and age, first of all, I pay way too much for therapy to be sitting here fighting with anybody. Okay? You put me in a position where I feel like I have to fight you, or you put me in a position where I have to defend myself, you will never have access to me again.
Yeah.
That is just downright disrespectful to me. That's disrespectful. Number two, I'm at a place where I can have general and honest, transparent conversations without being on the defense. So whatever I said, I meant what I said. How you take it, that's not my business. That's your business, and you got to handle that. You got to deal with it. But just don't put me in a situation where I feel like I have to put my hands on you, and don't put me in a situation where I have to defend myself.
Right.
Because it's up after that. But fighting at this grown ass age, no.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
No.
You cancel it too?
Yeah.
I'm keeping it. Only because
That's a Taurus for you.
no,
Talk
because
to me.
I'm all about defending yourself, whether verbal or nonverbal. So kind of like what
That's
you were saying.
confrontation.
Yeah, but sometimes
Confrontation can lead to
things happen, and I'm not, I'm an intellectual person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all for, if we can talk something out, let's talk it out. Like if we can,
For sure.
if we could diffuse it, let's diffuse it. You dig what I'm saying?
that's a Taurus.
If
Because you don't want me to go to 100.
you dig what I'm saying?
I'm going to jail.
Come on, man.
And I'm getting life.
See,
Okay?
and again,
I'm scared.
however that may look, whether it's fighting or not fighting, it could
Yeah.
just be a simple disagreement, right? Discernment. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to take it as. But, I'm all about just defending me.
Yeah, for sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? And if I have to fight, then I will. But of course, I don't want to fight anybody. Nigga, joints hurting and shit. I'm
That part, you know what I'm saying? I do not want to fight.
Yeah. I was about to say,
Now-
niggas older. You know what I'm saying?
That part,
yeah.
Now, do I mind? No. If I don't want no problems, but if you want a problem, no problem.
Right.
You got the hands.
She
I
said,
don't
hey.
know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know, but I'm just saying I don't want problems.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So like to your point, just such a Taurus answer. If we can talk it out, I'm gonna talk it out.
For sure.
If we can just avoid it, first of all, I'm just at a place too, to your point being intellectual, I'm at a point too, I do not have conversations with people who choose not to understand beyond their capacity.
I'm with you on that one.
Facts.
So if you don't have room to understand what I'm saying and you cannot hear me outside of your own perspective, there's not even we don't even need to address anything.
Right.
Because what that means is that there is still emotional immaturity there that you're going to take it somewhere.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't even believe in having conversations with people who don't know how to have conversations. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to have conflict. It's okay to have a confrontation. But the problem is so many of us are still struggling and striving and surviving that all we know is confrontation means physical altercation.
Right.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So if I'm not even going to condone a conversation. If I can avoid a fight,
Absolutely.
I'm not even going to condone the conversation because I know that you don't have the capacity
Yeah.
to just sit here and have an honest, authentic conversation. And a lot of it, too, in that type of transaction of a conversation, a lot of it is you don't want to be told about yourself. You can't handle that.
Or just being wrong in general.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, though. Like people just we have to make it okay to be wrong, because that's really how you learn for real. Like having somebody tell you something, having a disagreement, and realizing like, you know what, you're right. I didn't even think about it like that.
I'm gonna
know
tell
what I
you
mean?
for sure, like that right there is the key point. Because my friends will tell you, I am the person I don't argue. Like I'm not like when it comes down to confrontation, going against each other argument wise. That's one thing. But when it's just like a regular debate, or if it's like, well, I heard this, or no, that's inaccurate.
Yeah.
I will say something loud and wrong. Okay, a name. I am loud and wrong all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. That's me. Okay, I'm a little ditzy. So I'm loud and wrong. But I don't mind. Like I will argue you down until you prove to me that I'm wrong. Even though in my brain I know I'm right.
Yeah.
You got to prove to me that I'm wrong. So outside of that, it's just I don't mind that type of ordeal, but anything debatable, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, y'all.
No, you
But
good.
being wrong, yes, going back to being wrong, that's what it was. Being wrong, I'm okay with being wrong in honest truths. Like if a friend came to me and said, "Hey, I didn't appreciate you doing so and so and so," I've got to a place where I've understand that even though it wasn't my intent to do that, I still caused harm in some way. And immediately it's like, well, I apologize versus, well, I didn't mean to do that. That wasn't my intention. So, you should just, no. The point is, regardless of what the intention was, the translation was harmful.
Right.
Yeah.
It was hurtful. So what is it going to cost you to apologize? And what is it going to cost you to correct that and knowing how to move forward? Doesn't cost nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's real. That's all you got?
Yep.
Well, look, before we sign off and get up out of here, any last thing, last topics you want to touch on? Or just want to let the people know what you got going on, upcoming events, so on and so forth.
Where to find you?
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
Make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media platforms at It's K Samone with an A. That's ITSKCM1. That's it. And then you'll be up to date on everything you need to know.
For sure. Well, look, thank you so much.
Thank y'all. No, this was so much fun.
Thank you.
For sure.
I definitely enjoyed my questions.
No,
These questions were really
all you man.
No,
right here, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. Like y'all questions were like really thought provoking. I like that.
Thank you.
I love it.
Nah, I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
You know, we're trying to do a little bit.
Hey,
something,
man, you know.
I love that.
Well, look, we're going to sign off, man. This has been the Don't Mind Me podcast. Make sure you follow us at Don't Mind Me podcast.
Yes, sir.
Catch you guys next time, man.
Peace.
Love.